Hey guys, Chicky456 here. Today was another custom video. This video is suggested by SuperJailFan 2004, who helped me with figuring out what kind of custom I should make a certain little character out of. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, you've noticed that I made a Mr. Grumpy custom out of this grumpy cat I saw, and I know I just had to make him into Mr. Grumpy. One thing is, he also came with this little chinchilla character. I didn't know what to customize it into, or what I should even do with it, until SuperJailFan 2004 suggested something. They said, make it into Mr. Small, which actually does make a lot of sense since this character is smaller compared to other littlest pet shops. And so that's what I've decided to do. We're going to be customizing this little critter right here into Mr. Small. But then I was also thinking, wait a minute, if I'm making Mr. Small, he has to have his associate with him, right? Out of the way, Mr. Grumpy. So I'll be making this elephant into Mr. Nosy. I don't know why I chose the elephant. It was better compared to the other animals that I had so far. This elephant's name is Pinky Probo. I believe it's its name. I don't know, these names are really bad. Anyway, let us get started with customizing both these characters into Mr. Nosy and Mr. Small. Okay, so what am I going to be using is this bright orange paint for Mr. Small, of course, and of course for Mr. Nosy's trunk in this case. I actually might use an X-Acto knife and cut off this hair right here. It's kind of gonna look weird, but I'll fix that. I don't know if I even have to cut away at this hair too if I want to make the hat fit. Speaking of the hat, along with the bow tie, I will probably use air dry clay, but for the bottom rim of the hat, I have decided that I'm just going to paint this button black. Since with Mr. Grumpy, his hat rim kind of came out a little bit messed up because the clay was kind of cracking and stuff like that. So in this case, I'm going to be using a button, and I'll of course paint that black, and I'll be using black paint. The string, I actually thought I could try to use it to make just a single hair Mr. Nosy has, and I would just glue it onto his head. I will have to be mixing white with either one of these greens to get this bright green color. If not, then I might have to go out shopping at Michael's and get some brighter green paint. But anyway, with that, let us begin.
Give me a beat, s'il vous plaît.
Here it comes. It's a fact that being nosy takes a lot of skill.
To know what's going down in the Dale of Dill
The key to seeing everything and truly knowing all.
is to look out from a building that's exceedingly tall.
Oh yeah.
Going to the observation deck.
I'm observing a lot up here.
Observation deck.
Tell 'em.
From our observation deck, we have a bird's eye view.
From where we see Miss Scary dancing in a tutu.
Standing high atop the town, it really is a must.
If you want to catch Mr. Messy, dropping pizza crust.
From our observation deck, the world's at our feet.
Which is great when you want to find something to eat.
We search for what we're craving, then we pick our location.
Then we arrive for our meal without an explanation.
Observation deck.
Woo! Okay guys, these two customs are done, and I'm actually really pleased with how they came out. Thank you again to SuperJailFan 2004 for suggesting that I make Mr. Small custom out of the little critter, which was a perfect idea because at least he is smaller compared to littlest pet shop figures. And of course with that I had to make his good associate, Mr. Nosy. I really like how these two turned out. They really came out adorable. I even added a little bow tie, which I made out of paper. Yeah, they both came out really cute, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. Let's quickly take a little closer look at them once more. So again, with the Mr. Small, I just used air dry clay to make the hat, except for this part. This part was a button. Took super glue to make sure it stayed on. came out really nice. Oops. This hat does feel sturdy on there at least. I kept the eye colors just because. It's like I said before, like even with the Mr. Grumpy one, I wasn't just going to paint their eyes fully black because that would look really creepy in a way. And then Mr. Nosy, and again I did decide to scrap the idea of just gluing a string on to give him the hair strand. I just painted the hair that he already had black. And again I kept the same eye color. And I made a little tie out of paper. I decided to add little details, like painting his fingernails, and even painting these little heart markings. So yeah, no, I'm very happy, and they can join along with Mr. Grumpy, who looks really pleased with this. Again, thank you to SuperJailFan 2004 for the suggestion. I do have more planned on the way of a customs. If you do have any suggestions with any more customs, like with Mr. Men, Little Misses, or just anything in general, like with Pokemon, Total Drama, any like old cartoons. I'm a Cartoon Network fan. Well, not anymore, really. Anyway, I'm just going on, which is dumb. Anyway, just thank you again for watching. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave that in the comments below. Thank you, and have a wonderful, happy day.